All right, and then we have Team Bailey. Okay, we have Team Bailey, owner Henry Bailey, better known as Butch. Okay,
or Hendall.
Yeah. All right, first team I'm gonna look at Carlos's team. We'll just do this real quick, guys. Looking at Carlos's team, he has a pretty strong team. Looking at his roster, he quarterback Phillip Rivers. He got solid running backs. I'm not gonna say great running backs. We got solid Steven Jackson and Blunt. Receivers looks like it's probably gonna be his strength. You got Andre Johnson, arguably the best receiver in the league. Dwayne Bowe had a crazy year last year, and Jermichael Finley. What I say, the question marks with his team, he has Julio, he has AJ Green, rookie receivers.
That's tough.
You never know. I mean, he could come out and those guys could ball out, or they could be like rookies. But all in all, I think he definitely has a quality team. And I play him this week, so hopefully he won't be as quality this week.
It's a gamble worth taking, though, and that's just kind of what you gotta. That's kind of what you gotta do. Is you feel a certain way about some guys, you draft those guys. That's just kind of how that goes.
All right, you got team out the West.
Yeah, team out.
Will you introduce?
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I'm actually talking about the teams in the East. Actually,
the East. Excuse me.
I'm talking about the teams in the East. Okay,
East side.
East side. Whatever. So you're top to bottom. You got five teams in this league. Your first team would be team CJ2K, MJD, and them. That's all one team, guys. Yes, that's all one team, owned by yours truly here, Mr. Robert Harris. You got January's own. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Maybe his birthday's in January. Maybe something happened special in January. I don't know. But that's for Gabriel Harper. Hey, Gabe, if your birthday's in January, I apologize, brother, for not knowing. But going forward, Team Wood. Pause. Okay? All right? That's enough said. We all know who that is. Okay? Then we got Houston's Hustlers. That would be the owner, Ross Thompson. Then we've also got as well Tar Heel Blue. Name doesn't really move the meter much, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to start off with your...
It is football, NFL football, man.
So,
it is NFL football, but hey.
When Tar Heel comes in, guys, we kind of don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, you're getting into the teams here. CJ2K, MJD, and them, we're going to take a quick look at that. Off initial glance, one thing that stands out to me about his team is his quarterback position. He's gone with the unproven guy, starting quarterback in Matthew Stafford in week 1 so far. Yeah, I'm not sure if his roster is set completely, but it's got to be him because Peyton Manning isn't playing in week 1, according to Adam Schefter, who just hit me on my BlackBerry a few minutes ago, gave me that data. So Matthew Stafford's in as a quarterback in week 1. That's a key deal there. He's also got Chris Johnson and Maurice Jones-Drew. So initially you would think that running back would be his stronghold in his starting lineup. Going on down the list here, he's got some solid receivers, and then his defense is a bit questionable. The Cardinals' defense, last year, where were they ranked? The 10th in the league. So hopefully they can maintain and get and improve a bit on that ranking from last year. All in all, though, it's CJ2K, MJD, and them. Again, that's all one team. Okay, it seemed to be having a pretty solid team going forward. In my initial rankings, I had them ranked number 2 in this division. We'll get into the rest of those rankings as we continue on. Back to you, Robert.
Yeah, since I'm here, I will speak a quick second. I know we don't have much time.
It's no problem.
We're facing a little adversity early, guys. Peyton's out. We received that word early this week. We weren't happy about it, but hey, we got to roll with it. I mean, hey, it's going to happen. We really happened early in the season. That is why we draft Stafford. We expect big things from him this year.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Hey, so we'll go ahead and, we're putting the guy in the center now. And, hey, we'll see what he can do. But Cardinals defense, I'm a believer in Patrick Peterson. I'm a believer in him. I think he's going to be a game changer, a Deion Sanders type player.
A Deion Sanders type
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a lot of playmakers.
That's it.
We'll see. My big matchup this week.
Big matchup
this week. So, we'll see. And, we're looking for a championship run out of the team, man. We totally expect it. We totally expect a championship run. All right, now the next team I'm going to look at is Charlie Sheenan. Now, Charlie Sheenan, I believe, had the #1 pick, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, had the #1 pick.
So.
At #1, he took Adrian Peterson. All right, we know his question was he going to take Peterson, was he going to take Big, was he going to take Rodgers?
We just didn't know what was going on, guys.
So he took Peterson, and then he did and then not only does he have Peterson, but he went with his second and third round and got Jennings and Fitzgerald, arguably two top 5 receivers.
That's big time. Okay,
it's definitely
that's
big
kind
time.
of I want you to know that's big time.
So I mean, he's stacked at running. I can't say he's stacked at running back. He has arguably the best in the league at running back. He has Fitz and Jennings. Great. He probably has the best receiving core with those two guys.
I would imagine.
I would imagine. And then it was interesting. And I'm looking at his bench. He has Sean Green, Reggie Bush, Cedric Benson on his bench. As of today, he has a Diane Bradshaw in his starting lineup.
That's heavy.
So he has 6 #1 backs. And I think that right there is going to put him in strong contention in his division. I have him picked to win his division preseason. But we'll see. I mean, but he has my only question with him is besides the 2 big-time receivers, is his wide receiver depth. That's my only question I have with this team. Only time will tell if that'll be an issue or not. But
bye week, he's going to have some guys step up for him. As simple as that.
Definitely.
Simple as that.
And he's going to have Mike Sharp play. I mean, he play what he's capable of playing. Exactly. That's bottom line. Because he waits till later round to pick up a quarterback but stacked at every other position. But, I mean, we'll see. Hold on, what's another team in the East?
Okay, next team up is a team that I feel is pretty solid. Actually have them ranked #1 in this division. Picked to win their division would be January's own by owner Gabriel Harper, nicknamed GABE, as I've been calling him since I've known the kid. So I'm going to just go down the list of names here. I just want you guys to kind of hear what he's got going on. Thomas Brady, as we found out and verified earlier, Thomas is actually Tom Brady's real name, okay? Yeah. It's his real name.
I've been telling you.
Go figure. Frank Gore is his running back here. Tim Hightower, another running back. Stevie Johnson, Roddy White, Hakeem Nicks, Vernon Davis, the Chiefs defense, and then Stephen Gostkowski. Now, off initial glance and initial hearing of that, you would point out immediately that his weak point would probably be a running back in that starting lineup. However, I'd say you have to take some precautionary measures with that when you think like that, because these guys are proven guys. Frank Gore's a proven running back. Tim Hightower's a proven running back in a new system over with what's his name, Shanahan, who's known to produce some system running backs to annually churn out thousands of yards a season. So you're going to get a consistent guy out of that, and he's your #1 guy there. So across the board, I think he's pretty stacked. We'll go down to his bench and look at who he's got on his bench. He's got Braylon Edwards, Sidney Rice, Pierre Thomas, Joe Flacco, Ronnie Brown, Devon Best, and Michael Bush. It doesn't get much better than that, actually, from a bench standpoint. Where I would question him is his defense. #1, his starting defense, the Kansas City Chiefs, and then he has no additional defense to back those guys up. While you don't necessarily have to, it would make sense for you to have somebody that you could get in there, maybe and get you some more points on the bye week. Maybe that's something he plans on doing over the waiver wire or something to that effect. Who knows? Again, I've got this guy ranked #1 in my league, ranked #1 in this division, and maybe it's a bit of a reach, but this is who I feel has the best team in this division. I think he's going to go a long way.
Well, that sounds good. Great analysis. I do beg to differ on, of course, his ranking, and I beg to differ that his bench is great. But, hey, time will tell. We won't get into that. My next team, Team Lee. Team Lee, Scorpio Brown. This is the only team in the league that missed his first pick. All right? So he got auto-draft. He auto-drafted Jamal Charles. I don't think that's who he would have picked if he would have been at the draft. But, hey.
No.
That's not a bad pick at all. So hopefully, he can run with it. I think he wanted to go quarterback there, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. But with his team, you got Big Ben, Jamal Charles, Marshawn Lynch. He's in Seattle. We'll see how it goes there. New quarterback. Then questionably he has Jonathan Stewart right now in the starting lineup. That's a big question mark to me. Receiver, yes, Dez Bryant, Percy Harvin. two qualities that could break out. You don't know. I'm not gonna say questionable, but I just don't see number one there. With those guys. Then at tight end, he has the best tight end in the game. So with him and Jamal Charles, hopefully those guys lead him. He has a Packers defense, which is a great defense. His bench, he really does. I mean, he has a lot of question marks on his bench to me. But like I said, time will tell. You never know who's going to have a good season, who's not. You never know who's going to get hurt. But I actually have Scorpio in his division, pick last in his division. So, yeah, I mean, maybe that's bulletin board material. I don't know. But it's coming from an analyst, I mean, he has a couple good players, but overall, I'm not seeing the best. I mean, there's some really good teams in this division. So I'm not seeing him.
Tough road to hoe is what he's saying, guys. Okay. Back over in the East. Excuse me. The East division. We're going to look at Team Wood. Pause. He's got a pretty solid team here with Michael Vick as his quarterback, his number one pick here. Going on down the list, he's got Darren McFadden, Ryan Matthews, Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. Immediately you see this guy's running back heavy, strongly believes in the running back. His only question mark at running back would be Ryan Matthews. While he's shown some flashes of brilliance, he's still an unproved player out in San Diego with the San Diego Chargers. He's going to really have to step up this year in order to really make an impact on the league, as Team Wood would hope that he would do. Going on down to your receivers here, pretty solid receiver in Calvin Johnson. Another one in Miles Austin, Jason Witten as his tight end. The Giants' defense and special teams, and then Rob Aronis as your kicker from Tennessee. Those last two guys. Rob Aronis, of course. We're not going to spend any time talking about him. But I've got Team Wood picked number 3 in this league, and it's likely that he could have a higher ranking. But I question his bench. His bench is pretty weak. Why he picked up Jacoby Jones and Lance Moore, I don't know. Maybe he knows something that I don't know. Maybe he knows something that Mr. Harris doesn't know.
I can't confirm. Lance Moore's, not a bad pickup, but Jacoby Jones,
he's not the worst.
I don't know about Jacoby. I mean, I know you know him and all, it would, but hey.
Just because he toasted you in college, guy, doesn't mean he's going to toast anybody else. So, the bench is what brings him down in the rankings for me. It's a pretty solid start lineup. I question his 3 running back set, and I question his Giants defense, considering they just recently had probably 6 to 7 guys go out for the season. With season-ending injuries, but he does have the Bears defense in his on his bench, so he may want to look at switching that around, and maybe that can help him out a tad going forward in the season, help him get to those coveted playoffs.
Yeah, and